Hey YouTube, this is Slim8251, showing you my 6 Samurai deck. Rate, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think of it. Here it is. Alright. I run 2 Grandmaster. I'm thinking about putting 3 in just because my friends are used to this deck, so they've been like DD crowing my Grandmasters in the grave and getting them removed, which defies the point of Gateway of the Six and the whole loop of this deck. So I'll probably put the third one back in, but I'm not sure yet. 2's been working really well. When I had 3 in before, I drew 2 at a time way too much, and you can only have 1 on the field at a time, so it's pointless. It's like a dead draw to get 2 of them at a time. So it's, I run 2 Great Shogun. I think 3 is way too much, 1's too little. I think 2 is just perfect, basically because if you draw more than 1 or even 1 at the start, it's kind of a dead draw if you don't have a Grandmaster in your hand, because you can't special summon him unless there's 2 6 Samurai monsters on the field. So I think 2 is just fine. 3 Zanji. It's the highest attack of all the common 6 Sams. He's pretty good. If he attacks a monster with higher attack while there's another 6 Samurai monster on the field, both monsters are destroyed, Zanji and the monster he attacked. Pretty good, I think. Anishi, I only run 1 because I rarely have 2 6 Samurai monsters in my grave or more whenever I draw him, so he's a dead draw if you don't have 2, because in order for him to be on the field, you have to special summon him by removing 2 6 Sams from your graveyard. I don't know, he's pretty good if you get him and you have 2 6 Sams in your grave, but other than that, he's alright. I mean, I wouldn't run 2, some people do, but personal preference really. Alright, Nisashi, I normally only get him on the field when I have a Solidarity, which works out really well because he can attack twice when there's another 6 Sam on the field. 2200 attack whenever Solidarity is on the field, so he's a pretty good beat stick if you have Solidarity out there. 1 Kamon's perfect. 2 I think would be too much. Gateway of the Six, you can keep getting him back from your deck or your grave. He destroys 1 face up. 1 face up Speller Trap card. The thing I like about him is that my friends always have like Royal Oppressions or something face up that's really screwing me over, and I don't know, Kamon just gets rid of that. Alright, I run 2 Yaichi, basically the opposite of Kamon. He destroys a face down Speller Trap. Pretty good because most people always have like a bottomless face down. For example, if you have a Zanji out and then you summon Yaichi and they have a bottomless face down, they can't bottomless Yaichi because he's only 1300 attack. Then he can destroy their bottomless with his effect. So he's pretty good. I run 2 Spirit of the Six Samurai. I think 3 would be too much. 1 would be too little. He's basically an equip card that can be counted as a 6 Samurai monster. So for example, you summon Spirit of the Six Samurai, special summon Grandmaster, equip Spirit of the Six Samurai to Grandmaster, and that's 500 plus on Grandmaster attack for 2600. Grandmaster attacks, destroys a monster, and you get to draw a card with Spirit of the Six Samurai's effect. So, I mean, I think he's pretty good. Plague Spreader, he is really good. I like to Synchro a lot, or as much as I can at least, so he's good. He's the only Synchro monster tuner I have in this deck, and the good thing about him is for Solidarity, like, he'll be in the grave or whatever, and then you put a card that's in your hand on the top of your deck, bring him back out, Synchro, and then he's removed, so he's removed from the graveyard. So Solidarity, he wouldn't affect Solidarity at all, so you'd still get 800 plus attack on all your monsters. So that's why I like Plague Spreader so much. 2 Iru. Iru is the second highest attack of the common 6 Sams, and his effect is pretty good, just destroys a face down monster that they have on the field without them flipping that monster face up. For example, if it was a Raiko and you destroy it with Iru, Raiko would not get his effect, he'd just go straight to the grave. He works well with Book of Moon. Only proxies in the deck. Hand of the Six Samurai. I have 2 on the way from Pojo right now, but I'm trying to get a 3rd one, so if you have a Hand of the Six Samurai, PM me and try and work out a trade or something. Hand of the Six Samurai is so broken with Gateway of the Six, it's not even funny. I don't know. Basically, whenever he's on the field, you can tribute a 6 samurai monster to destroy a monster on the field. That's if you have 2 6 Sams on the field. For example, if you have a Grandmaster on the field and a Hand of the 6 Samurai, you summon Hand of the 6 Samurai. You can tribute Hand of the 6 Samurai to destroy one of their monsters, or tribute Grandmaster to destroy one of their monsters, whatever works. On to the magics, Gateway the 6. You can do so many loops with this, it's not even funny. This card is so broken, I can't even express how good this card is. There's a really good loop with Hand of the 6 Samurai and Grandmaster, and 2 gateways if you have 2 gateways on the field and a hand. You'll have hand in your hand, Hand of the 6 Samurai in your hand, and you summon hand. You get 2 counters. Take this one out. You get 2 counters on this one and 2 counters on this one, so that's 4 counters total. You remove the 4 counters to get a 6 Samurai monster from your deck or your graveyard. You get Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, special summon Grandmaster. You get 4 more counters total, and then you tribute Grandmaster with Hand's effect, destroy a monster on their side of the field, and then you remove those 4 counters, get Grandmaster back to your hand, special summon him. You get 4 more counters, and then you tribute Grandmaster to destroy another monster on their side of the field, and just keep doing that until they have no monsters on their side of the field. So it's really good. It's broken like no other. And definitely 3 6 Samurai United. You just draw power for the 6 Sams. Every time you normal summon a 6 Samurai monster, place 1 Bushido counter on it. You can place a maximum of 2 Bushido counters on 1 card, and however many cards it has when you, or however many counters it has when you send it to the graveyard is how many cards you can draw. Solidarity works really well in this deck. I ran 2, but I could never seem to get that, or get a Solidarity, or it would never work because I had no monsters in the graveyard whenever I had it, so it was kind of pointless. So I just took 1 out, and 1 actually works a lot better than 2, so more of a personal preference really. Cunning of the 6 Samurai, quick play spell. It's really good, I think. Like, for example, what you would do, let's say you have a Zanji on the field, and then they flip a skill drain. The next turn, like skill drain, make sure that you don't get their effects. Anyways, so the next turn you have Kamon in your hand, or you remove 4 counters from your gateway of the 6 Samurai. Get a Kamon to your hand, either way. And then Kamon, you summon Kamon, destroy their skill drain, and then flip Cunning, get rid of Kamon, and bring like a Zanji from your graveyard onto the field. And Kamon still gets his effect, and skill drain's destroyed, and then you get another monster instead of Kamon on your field. So, I mean, Cunning is just really good. I'm thinking about running 2, but 1's doing really good for me right now. Book of Moon for Iru's effect, basically. Rhoda, some staples, MST, Lightning Vortex, Heavy, on the traps, Mirror Force, Solemn, 2 D prisons. I'm thinking about running 3, but 2 is working just fine for now. Threatening Roar, Swift Strike Armor. This card can make you go from 0 monsters to 5 monsters on your side of the field. It's just really good. I'd only recommend running 1. Call the Haunted and Dark Bride. And that's it for the 6 Sam deck. Comment, rate, subscribe, tell me what you think of it. Here's the synchros I have. Some of the synchros kind of suck. I just threw them in there because all my other synchros are in other decks. But Cadister, got Wayne, Goyo, Gaia, Black Rose, 2 Euryquizis, Psychic Life Transfer. I don't really know why she's in there. Urbellum, Ancient Fairy, Stardust, Red Dragon Archfiend, Colossal, Thought Ruler, and Mistworm. So yeah, that's the deck. Tell me what you think of it, and rate, subscribe.